At INTM, our mission is to give an open forum to non-biological parents to share their success stories. Encourage the listener that there is still hope. There are 8 participants that will be sharing their personal parenting experiences. We come to invite you to trust God and to encourage you to lose the illusion that you may have previously developed from others that have experienced a negative run. And go ahead, move outside of the box and take the risk to love deep inside the realm of parenting. Welcome to our world.
My name is Belinda Whittier. I live in Richmond Park, Illinois. My husband and I raised 3 children, 1 biological and 2 adoptive foster children. Welcome to my world.
So what, if any, were your deepest fears or concerns for raising children that weren't yours?
We were becoming first-time foster parents. So we were concerned with the new children get along with our only child that we had. Would we have any issues or concerns with the biological family?
Okay. So how did the idea first come about of you raising a second generation child, a child that wasn't yours? Did you hesitate? Did you have to think about it? And were you scared?
Well, I would have to say I hesitated because it's raising a child, as you said, it's not your own. Mm-hmm. But God had given my husband the instructions to become foster parents.
Okay.
And when the day that he shared that information with me, when a man say, sit down, we have to talk, mm-hmm. It made me nervous because I didn't know if he had been unfaithful. Uh-huh. I didn't know.
You didn't know what he was about
to say. So that's how it came about. And oh my goodness, we're about to raise someone that we don't know. Mm-hmm. What are their needs? But God has blessed us with our first home with no problems. So he said, we have to get this house back to God. And God said, that's the way we're going to do it. We're going to become foster parents. Like, okay.
So it wasn't really hesitation. It was more of an order.
Yes.
From God. Okay. Were you ever concerned about the environment that you were bringing the kids into? Was it safe?
No, because after you go through the foster parent licensing process, mm-hmm. They make sure that your home is up to code or whatever their regulations are. So,
what about neighborhood-wise environment?
It was okay. I didn't have any concerns about the safety of the neighborhood.
Okay, that's good. Do you believe that you've truly made a substantial difference in the foster kids' lives?
Sometimes I wonder, mm-hmm. Now that they're older, because when they were younger, they came to me at the age of 3 and 5.
Okay.
And they were just that happy-go-lucky children, and we were able to put them into private Christian school to get a good education. They were going to church with us every week, mm-hmm. Sunday school, you name it. And all of a sudden, teenagers' age kicked in.
Okay.
And I said, what is going on? What happened? Growing up, that's what happened.
Okay. So when you accepted the children into your home, what was some of the stable boundaries that you set? Like I know you said they were 3 and 5. So did they adapt easily?
They did, because one of the things that kind of like made me, as they say, shake your head, I can't assume, but I did, that every child says grace before they eat or say your prayers. Something as simple as say your prayers before you go to bed. Mm-hmm. We had to institute those things. No, we don't walk home with anyone. You wait until I pick you up. Mm-hmm. And they had to learn, and I had to learn. We had to learn each other, and they had to learn us, because they thought everyone you could speak to, and they're walking with their friends. Can we walk with our friends?
They had to adjustments on both sides. Okay. What emotional skills did you possess already, or do you feel like you had to get the skills to be able to take care of children that weren't yours? It's a little different when it's not our child. So
It's a little different. And it's one thing my husband and I still talk about to this day. When you're raising children that's not your own, it's something that's called this rejection. I'm just going to call it the spirit of rejection.
Okay.
You know, and it can come in any forms, anytime, any fashion, and anyone can experience it, but especially children that are not your own.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we as adults can even face rejection, but that's something that we had to adjust to because we thought we were doing this righteous deed or this righteous thing for God. And they had their own battles within themselves that we did not know about. We didn't understand.
True. And that was my next question. What was the emotional state? What describe the emotional state of the children when you got them? Because you don't know what their back situation was, where it came from. So how was that?
Until I found out what rejection looks like in each child,
Mm-hmm.
it was an emotional roller coaster.
Okay.
And then once I understood, oh, this is what this looked like, because I'm going to give you an example. The 5-year-old was at his kindergarten graduation and everybody's taking pictures and they're passing out balloons and they're passing out cards.
Mm-hmm.
And the relatives that I have here was there, and he turns around and he looks and he says, but my real mommy is dead. She's not here.
Oh.
In the middle of a joyous occasion with all this candy in your hand, balloons in your hand, the spirit of rejection, I found out that's what that's called. It had visited him earlier that day, and it made it difficult for him to even celebrate
his accomplishment.
His accomplishment.
So I want to know about your financial state. Were you financially stable you and your husband in a financial situation to take on these kids?
I would say yes at the time because, again, it's a part of that licensing standards and regulations. They always want to make sure that you are employed or you're able to care for yourself before you can care for a ward of the state. So, so we both were employed.
Okay. After the children made their adjustments, do you feel like they found some source of stability? You got them on a regular schedule. I know you said the saying the grace, saying the prayers before bed. Do you feel like they were able to adapt to the new rules you hadn't set?
Yes. And I feel like they were growing. I'm just going to be honest, spiritually so and naturally so. I felt like they were growing, and my emotional setback came when they became teenagers, because at the age of
strayed away,
it's like they strayed away. It's like they forgot what they were supposed to do when they became around other older peers that made a negative impression with them.
Do you feel like raising these children has made you a more responsible person?
Oh, yes. I feel like it has totally made me a more responsible person. You know how we say hi to kids and you go on about your day? But now I find myself looking at a child to say, when they say hi, how did they say hi? When they say okay, how did they say okay? Because it's always something in that hi. Or, okay, are you okay? I'm okay. It makes me more sensitive to really,
and you look deeper into it now.
Yes.
So I want to know, how rewarding, what are your own personal rewards that you feel like, you've gained from helping and taking in children that weren't yours? Like, because you said you only have one child. So how did it make you feel? Like, what are some things that you accomplished?
It is so rewarding. Number one, because we became foster parents, we now have several people at church that became foster parents. And they say, well, if you guys did this, we could do this, because we thought you just need to leave those children where they are. and it would be fine. But lastly, it has been so rewarding because the children that you and I are talking about, I got them from the age of 3, and the other one was 5. I am now, and I adopted those children.
Okay, so you took it a step further.
I took it a step further. I adopted those children. That 5-year-old now is 34, 35 himself, and I'm raising his child.
Okay, wait. So not only did you have to raise him, but now you have his child. So now you the grandmother.
And the grandmother, the adopted grandmother all over again. Adopted parent.
Adopted. So
all over again.
How is that experience?
It is rewarding, but it's challenging.
Okay.
Because they both have their issues. Okay. They call it ADHD in the clinical world.
Okay.
When a person has what you would say hyperactivity issues, and they can't control their impulsive. So it's like I'm looking at this 5-year-old in the body of another child all over again. And it's
but
like,
it would be easier now though, because see, you've raised the daddy. So I know how to deal with the son.
And that's what makes it rewarding, because it's like, no, you're okay.
You ready for this?
It's like, you're okay. I'm okay. Yes, you're okay.
Okay. Well, Belinda, on behalf of the I'm Not the Mother staff members, we would like to present you with an award of achievement for the service and support that you so freely offered out of love. We want to say thank you, and may God continue to bless you and keep you forever. And thank you for allowing us the opportunity to give you this platform to share your story, and this is for you.
Thank you so much.
You are so welcome.
Okay.
All right.
I'm so grateful to receive this certificate, and most of all for being a part of this documentary, I Am Not the Mother.